Hello, everybody. This is Evan Rogers, and I'm laughing because, let's see, I am recording. Great, I am recording. We're doing an online live lesson. In case you didn't know, I oftentimes forget to hit the record button, and it's embarrassing. Today, we're just going to hit the Wob particle, talk about that, which is important because everyone's always confused about the Wob particle. We're with John and Kayla, who, through pledges of $5 or more, through the Patreon website, check it out, links below, can join in. You do the $5 too, and you can join in, have party with us, talking about, we were just talking about that Lupin third movie, the Castle of Castigliano or something like that. Castigliano. I don't know. It's impossible to pronounce. Anyway, you guys ready to go?
Yes, sir.
So even I just asked you that question before I did the whole intro, but in YouTube land, it looks like I haven't asked you that question. Isn't that amazing? All right. Anyway, wa is another word particle. John, what's a word particle?
It's like add-on.
What does it add on to?
It marks stuff.
What is it? What do you put it on to?
Subjects, mainly.
Not always subjects. Words.
Objects.
It was a trick question. It's a word particle because it affixes to words.
Maybe I should have just been reading the screen.
There's sentence particles, there's clause particles, and there's word particles. And this is a word particle. All right, we find it following almost any kind of word. Not all, but most. You'll even find it after particles. That's exciting, I know. When used, now this is important. A lot of people don't really catch this. It replaces ga or o. It replaces other stuff. Well, actually, no, it only replaces ga and o. What am I talking about? I shouldn't say it replaces. That's why it's in the Scarecrows. It replaces. What's that? Chris Farley. Because honestly, you don't need a ga or an o particle. Remember how we talked about we don't actually need a ga or an o particle in the sentences. But from an English speaker's perspective, it looks like it replaces the ga and the o particle because we're used to reading sentences that are like watashi ga kore o taberu and stuff like that. So it looks like it replaces ga and o, but it doesn't really. It has its own special meaning. However, with other particles that we haven't learned yet, it comes after those particles. But whenever we're putting it in, where a ga or an o would be, the ga and the o are completely gone. Anyway, that's probably a little bit too much information. The function of the wa particle is to limit. I want to put that in like crazy disco words. Limit. Okay, I hope that's fun. Limit how the rest of the sentence affects the word before it. Let's say that one more time. The function of the wa particle is to limit how the rest of the sentence affects the word before it. So if you say something like, I wa eat pizza, the thing that eats pizza is being applied only to I. So I, at least me, other people, I'm not talking about them, me, I eat pizza. That kind of a feeling right there. It limits the word before, it limits how the rest of the sentence affects the word that it's affixed to. That's a lot of words, but you'll see it in practice. Again, the best translation of this word particle in English is a change in intonation. We can often use phrases like at least to translate it. Oh, I thought there was going to be more. Oh, there is. Or something like X, but nothing else. Or X, but I'm not sure of anything else. So you see how it's limiting, this at least eats pizzas. This, but nothing else, dances disco at night by firelight. This, but I'm not sure of anything else, studies English because they're drunk. The translations can get wordy. So you kind of see how that's a lot of words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here are some examples of translations using wa. And, I put all that wa garbage inside of parentheses because otherwise it's hard to see in writing. All right. John,
it's funny because like real quick, like on the sheets that you sent us prior, none of your kanji transferred over. So like the first one on our printouts literally say wa sore o beimashita. Like it doesn't even say.
You mean when I took this and I sent it to you, the kanji didn't go through?
Yeah, the kanji didn't go through. Like all we have is like for the first sentence it says wa sore o and then beimashita.
Huh.
Like it doesn't even have the the kanji for
Yeah,
like
right,
this
right.
morning and
Yeah.
then for like the eat part, the eat kanji. Yeah,
Is-
it doesn't have it. It's really
it-
weird. Like
is
all
it-
of them are like that.
Everything.
All of them.
What
Yeah,
about
like there's no kanji.
what about the other like lessons 1 through 2?
The other one's transferred fine on our sheets.
Okay.
It's just like that section. It's weird. But like yeah, well now that I look at all the drills and stuff, all the kanji's missing. Just on this lesson though.
By any chance, did you guys change your document or like use a different program or like change computers or something?
John.
No.
Huh. Well, I'll send you another copy, I guess, and hopefully that'll fix it.
Okay. Normally I just follow along with your screen and just read through things quickly beforehand. But I was actually reading through this one and I'm like, why does that sentence start with wa? I'm really confused.
Yeah, that'd be really.
And then I compared it with your screen. I'm like, oh, that's because like all the kanji's missing.
Nothing
So, okay.
he said makes any sense. That is okay. I'll try to send you guys another copy.
Maybe that's why I've been struggling a little.
I thought I understood this. Yeah. All right, sorry. I was actually. It's a good thing you cut me off because I was going to ask John to read this, and then I was like, "Wait a minute."
Oh, there's no way.
Okay, like, could you bail out your husband? What does that say?
Give me a second. I gotta try to zoom in. For some reason, my phone won't rotate. There we go. Kessa. Kessa. That's how it's pronounced, right?
Mhm,
Kessa.
yeah.
Yeah. So kessa wa sore wa tabemashita.
Yeah. Kessa wa sore o tabemashita. All right, so notice how kessa. Oh, okay, so let's think about this. Might mean we have tabemashita. John, what would that mean?
Ate.
Yeah, somebody ate something, right? The O particle makes sore a direct object. So, Kayla, what did they eat?
This
Not quite.
or that. Sorry,
Yeah, that by the listener.
Sorry.
Now, notice how the thing that ate that is not this morning, right? So, a lot of people learn and are taught, and I think I've made this mistake on camera before, that was a subject marker. It can be, and it sometimes often is, but it also... Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Something was like they're...
Yeah, I think it was your microphone, John.
Okay.
My bad.
So Kessa here is not the one that did the eating, so it's not a subject. We're limiting some... In the translation, we have I ate that. I ate that this morning. But notice how we're limiting it to this morning. Well, this morning, I ate that. I ate that this morning, not yesterday, though. Like, you're trying to blame me for eating all your dog food yesterday, says your puppy. But I only ate it all this morning, but not any other morning, right? I ate that this morning, but not any other morning. When I said dog food, immediately that episode of Bob's Burgers popped in my head where they were eating cat food. Somebody out there, you guys are like, what is he talking about? Never mind.
No.
I love Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
I love Bob's Burgers.
Okay. All right. Next sentence. Kayla, how about you read this one? Because John can't.
At all.
Sore wa kessa tabemashita.
So notice how it's the
Okay.
exact same. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Notice how it's the exact same sentence, but I switched the sore and the kessa. Notice how, because you can't eat this morning, like that's not a thing you can eat, the O particle gets thrown away, right? Unless you're like
Yes.
Krogdor, the destroyer of mornings, you can't really do anything like that to kessa. So sore wa Kesa tabemashita. So notice, again, the subject isn't mentioned. It's not like that thing over there ate something. We're saying that thing is what I ate, and I ate it this morning. So it's like that? Oh, I ate it this morning. Or I ate that this morning, but not the other stuff you might be talking about. So Trontis, when he grows up, he's going to have eaten all of your leftovers from that fancy restaurant that you guys went to last night. He'll be like, what happened to all that stuff I ate? Then Trontis is like, well, I ate the, I don't know, steak, but not the other stuff. And then John will be sitting there with like something greasy on his mouth because he ate the other stuff and he's trying to pin it on Trontis.
Why am I the fat ass?
No, you're not the you're not an fat A. You're just the culprit. You're just the culprit.
You make me sound like I've got a half-life chicken leg hanging out of my mouth, dripping grease down my face.
Kayla, can you check to see if he actually has a chicken leg stuck to his face?
I might.
No, he doesn't.
All right, last one. Mado wa akimasen. Mado wa akimasen. The window won't open, but perhaps the door might. Mado wa akimasen, right? The window won't open. Something else might, but the window, nah, it's not going to open. So notice how it's like comparing, it's limiting. The akimasen, the X won't open, is being applied specifically to the motto. The kesa tabemashita, the I ate something this morning, is being applied only to sore, not kore, not are, or not whatever else we might be talking about. And over here, the my eating that is being applied only to this morning. Well, this morning I ate it, but not this afternoon. Whatever that might be. I don't know how you'd eat something in the morning and then not the, I don't know. That'd be a weird thing to have to go through in a conversation. But hopefully we're seeing how wa is limiting what comes after it to the thing that comes before it. Hopefully we see how that works. Okay, great. Now remember with the ga particles and the o particles, it's much more what comes before the word is important. Whereas with the wa particle, what comes after it is a bit more important. Kesa wa, this morning, I ate it. We're kind of focusing kind of like on the I ate it, but like this morning? Oh, I ate it this morning. You know, this morning is when I ate it. It's hard to get the emphasis right. But hopefully you can see, like, if this were a question, when did you, or like something like, hey, did you eat that all day yesterday? You'd be like, oh, I ate it, but it was only this morning or something like that. Kesa wa soru tabemashita. Yeah, I ate that this morning. I think I'm getting a little bit off the rails here. I'm going to stop talking about that. Hopefully I've been able to explain it properly up till now, and then I'll take questions after this.
Yeah.
Notice how with these translations, it would make no sense to use wa after an interrogative. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very important. Yeah. You can't have like who ate that with a wa particle. Because it'd be like, ate that? Who?
Yoda.
Well, it's even worse than Yoda because he, like, the intonation's not even right. At least Yoda got like the syntax correct. It'd be like, oh, wrote the letter? When? Not other times, but when is when the letter was written. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to go with like 95% hit rate. We do not have a wa particle after an interrogative. I'm sure there's some crazy situation, and every time I say never, some guy yells at me. The following sentences are incorrect or ungrammatical. Dore wa tsukaimashita ka? Again, we can't say this. Dore wa tsukaimashita? Did you use it? Which one is it that you did use? I'm asking if you did use the thing that I don't know what it is. If that makes any sense. Akemashita ka? Dore wa akemashita ka? Which one is it as opposed to other ones? I'm asking about which one, not other ones. Did you open it? It's mind-bendingly impossible to translate this. Which one, at least, did he open? Which one did you use? Which one did you use? These, when you write them out, they look like they mean something, but when you say them out loud, they don't sound right at all. I honestly laughed out loud. Yeah, that's right. I actually did laugh trying to translate these. They just sound ridiculous. Because of its function of limiting the rest of the sentence, it makes sense that we see it frequently with negative sentences. Not always, of course, but frequently. So, Mado wa akimasen yo. Mado wa akimasen yo. The window? It doesn't open. Other things might open, but the window, at least, does not open. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of things open, but at least the window, it doesn't open. So you'll see it frequently with negatives. Not always, all that sort of, careful, Evan, not wanting to get yelled at online language. Enpitsu wa tsukaemasen deshita. The pencil? Oh, I didn't use the pencil. I didn't use the pencil, but I did use something else. There shouldn't be... I don't know. It sounds like I'm being interviewed by Jake Peralta. After all...
Oh, good reference.
We've been watching this recently. After all, many things open, and you do use many things every day. Many people do go to work. You write many things every day. You do many things every day. Am I repeating myself? Many things exist on the table, but not that one. And that kind of feeling right there, not that one. That's why we see wa frequently with the negatives. And that gives us an insight as to how wa is used. Any questions? That's the end of the grammar.
No, but that did help me a lot with the wa.
Yeah.
Because I always thought it was more importantly connected to what goes before it, not after. And gives me something to think about.
When I was trying to point out that what comes after the wa particle is more important, it's very easy to get this confused. So somebody did eat that. But we're trying to limit the fact that we ate it to this morning with the wa particle. It's like, kesawa, this morning? Oh yeah, I ate that. Like the actual sentence is, I ate that. And it's kind of like, well, this morning, I ate that. So the actual important information that we're trying to communicate is actually that I ate that. It's just that we're limiting the my eating it to this morning. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully this will help you guys out there in YouTube, Sylvania, and you'll be like, man, I want this bald bad. Let's use a bad word. This bald guy to teach me Japanese, and so I'm gonna donate $5 a month because that is so cheap, and I get to join in with these wonderful language learners. It's John. I'm sorry, I implied strongly that you have a turkey leg sticking out of your mouth.
Oh no, I do. I do. I just don't appreciate the information.
You just didn't want me to call you out on it.
Yeah.
All right. Last chance for questions, or are we out of here?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you.
You guys have a good night. Bye-bye. See you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you like, subscribe, and share this video to everybody you know and yell at them repeatedly until they subscribe as well. If you'd like to support me even more, head on over to patreon.com, where for just $1 a month, 3 cents a day, that's it, it's darn near free, you can help me financially keep these videos coming. And as a reward for your Patreon donations, you get access to all of the miscellaneous things that I produce to help out my own students who I teach in person, and also just things that I make for myself. And if you want a little bit more bang for your buck, head on over to Teespring, where you can get lots of fun clothing, mugs, stickers, cell phone cases, all that I've designed. More designs to come. I hope you have yourself a happy dappy day. Peace out.